The key to the game is inside. Remember, these guys in there are hurt, both guards, so who's going to win that battle?
Here he is, Williams. He's in for the touchdown. They've got to watch out for Aiden Hutchinson, 97. They double up on him, and Allen's going to the end zone. It's McKenzie with the touchdown grab. Watch Dawson Knox, also tight end, standing up on the right side. Fumbles the snap, picks it up, composes himself, takes off. Touchdown, Buffalo!
You're looking at it, those big guys right there in the middle.
It's going to be Williams, the running back. They fake it to Williams. They go up top, and it's a touchdown! St. Brown, the recipient, and his first touchdown since week 2. But this is a Detroit team with a lot of confidence, looking for the lead. Goff back at the 10, back at the end zone, and Detroit takes the lead. 2nd and goal. Does the Detroit defense know it? Oh, he's going to go top.
Oh!
It's caught for the touchdown.
Unbelievable.
It's Diggs.
Wait till you see this route.
Here we go.
And they're going to run it to Elliott. Up the middle and in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Sterling Shepard, man, he's listening to our show.
Jumbo formation. Barkley right up and in. Touchdown, Giants.
Early.
3rd and goal. Prescott throws, lofting end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Dalton Schultz.
Nice throw and a catch.
Fake to Elliott. Prescott back foot throw. Caught. Schultz in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Complete with guys in the stands. That was fun.
That was awesome. How great was that? Here's a little give. Oh, it's his National Tight Ends Day. Peyton Hendershot on the run. 1st and goal, Giants. 12 seconds ago. Jones throwing end zone, and James is in.
A little more up-tempo here again, Mike.
Yeah, they stay on the field. 3rd and 2. 5 in the pattern, and Cousins throws. It's caught for the touchdown by Jefferson. 2nd and 6. The backfield's empty. And Jones throwing down the middle. It's caught and brought in by Nelson Aguilar for the touchdown. Let's see if Dalvin can punch it in here. 3rd and goal. It's a fake, and Cousins flips it to Hawkinson. Touchdown, Minnesota.
There's a maturity and a grit to him that is exciting, and we're seeing some of that 1st down and goal. As he hands here, Harris, touchdown.
That's tops among the active guys in the league. In the middle, Henry's open. Hunter Henry broke a tackle on his way to the end zone for a touchdown. U.S. Bank Stadium. Beautiful stadium, one of my favorites in the league. Now open for its 7th year. Kane Wanwu will take it back from the 4. Patriots doing a good job, but Wanwu gets free down the sideline. He's in bounds. He's going. Wanwu 30, 20. He will score.
180. What's up?
Darnold for the end zone. DJ Moore has it, and yeah, that's a Panther touchdown.
80.
Hubbard. That's Sam Darnold keeping to the goal line. And it looked like the ball might have come out. He got it back. Watch it to see if he maintained possession.
Yeah, run a little zone read right there. And Josie Jewell, you're right, he comes in and swipes that ball away from Sam Darnold.
Jewell 2nd on the Broncos in tackles. Yeah, he may have tried to create something there. Let's see if they're going to call this. Yep, you're allowed to advance your own fumble. Wilson, end zone, caught, touchdown, Broncos.
Same ability.
Same state of Ohio. Now Kareem Hunt tosses it back. This is Schwartz. Brissett leading the way, and Schwartz is in for a Browns touchdown.
It should have been a walk-in. Here's Taylor. Taylor, touchdown. And thanks to that 89-yard return by Dallas Flowers, the Colts are back in the ballgame.
Brady looking, pulls it in, now throws, Godwin, first down, touchdown. Brady 4 for 4 on this drive. 3rd down and 1. Brady throws, it is caught and taken in for a touchdown by Cole Keeft. 4th and 10. Brissett throws, back of the end zone. What a catch! David Njoku in the back of the end zone.
He's been good. 2nd and goal. Ryan, end zone. Pittman, touchdown Colts.
Here's Chubb up the middle. Nick Chubb to the end zone. Touchdown. There is a flag. Chubb crossed the goal line. There was a flag thrown.
Offside. Defense. That penalty is declined. He's over the play. Touchdown.
Lawrence pump fakes, looking for Hasty. He's got him, and a touchdown. A rare sight there. 2nd and goal. Edwards up the middle. Devon Hamilton with the first hit. 2nd effort, he's in. Lawrence, Agnew, touchdown. 2nd down and 11. Lamar, play action. He's got a wide open man. Oliver, touchdown! 20 seconds to go. Lawrence throwing to the end zone. Marvin Jones! Yes! They call it a touchdown!
They struggle stopping the run. They give up 179 yards a game on the ground.
Tagovailoa looking, now giving chase. Here comes Houston, Tua to the end zone, touchdown! On 1st and goal. Wilson, lead blockers, and he strolls in. Chubb and company pinning their ears back. Allen pocket squeezes, able to get it out. That's the tight end, Jordan Akins. He's lit up, football is loose. Miami with the recovery. Howard in for the touchdown.
There's Freiermuth. They hand off to Snell. He's got it. Touchdown Pittsburgh, back on top. And the Steelers will go for 2.
Ogunbowale, and he's in. Touchdown Houston. Phillips had some growing pains last year. He transitioned from the defensive line to linebacker as a rookie. Always a challenge. What a player he's become. That pass caught over the middle. It's Akins. Akins taking on tacklers. And he bangs his way in for the touchdown.
Ty Johnson in the game for the first time at running back. He angles out. Throw to the end zone, and Garrett Wilson has a touchdown. What a start from Mike White and the Jets. Although a flag down, it's going to go on the Bears. A red zone 3rd down. Those numbers got so much better for the Bears after he started to run midseason. 3rd down and goal here. Simeon over the middle, threads it through, and Pringle pulls it away for the Bears touchdown. A deep drop lets the routes develop. One of his first downfield shots has Garrett Wilson. Makes field goal miss. Turns on the afterburners. He's gone. Touchdown Jets. New York takes the lead. Gotta be feeling good about what Mike White's done today. On 3rd and 4, he'll look to throw. End zone, more. Touchdown Jets. Mike White. How about him?
You know, some balls that came in with a little bit of velocity on him underneath in the middle of the field.
Ty Johnson this time. Steps out of a tackle. Into the secondary. Stays on his feet and scores.
As a team that should be in the mix for a playoff spot.
Okonkwo, the motion man. Fake it to Henry. And now throw it to Henry. Henry getting to the outside. Look out! Derrick Henry! The king is on his way! Loses the football and scooped up in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Burrow has hit on his last 6 passes. Pirine in the backfield. They give it to him. Pirine slipping through for the touchdown. So the Bengals are in business. Burrow uncorks it. End zone. Touchdown. T. Higgins. Cincinnati takes the lead.
They're going to get some man coverage. They keep getting that one with zone, but they're going to keep using McLaurin across the football field.
Catch made by Robinson out of the backfield. He powers ahead. What a play by the rookie. And Washington jumps out in front. Brian Robinson. Sweat, Payne, Allen, and then a nice rotation behind him. They're looking for a stop. Mariota under pressure. Floats it left side, and Michael Pruitt is wide open. The last month and a half. Now a fake. Heineke. End zone. Got him in. It's caught for the touchdown by John Bates, and Washington regains the lead.
Blitz is on, down the middle. He's got the wide open Hopkins with a spinning broken tackle, taking it to the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins. Eckler in, 11th play of the drive. It's Allen for 6. Touchdown. And you're not a doctor, are you? There was a block in there by Kelly, and downfield, wide open, touchdown, DeAndre Carter. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Murray blocked by Beecham. Oh, he's got Connor, and he's got a touchdown. First and goal.
Got to take a shot in the end zone here.
Herbert. He'll have his choice. And Eckler, touchdown! He got it!
Pass breakups or interceptions this year.
Walker to the end zone. Touchdown.
Watch him try to isolate on a linebacker.
Carr with time, throwing, got his man, touchdown. Amir Abdullah. Wants for a little flea flicker. Carr now throwing, and wide open is Mac Hollins. Hollins down the sideline for the touchdown.
That was a big interception now. Sets up Derek Carr on the 30-yard line.
Jacobs. 5. Jacobs breaking free, going to the end zone for the touchdown.
To put Lockett and Metcalf in one-on-one, that's when the offense can really start to take off.
Gino going to go deep down the sideline. Got a man. Touchdown. Tyler Lockett.
Another example of a player that's wide open for Smith to hit.
Here's Walker. Walker to the 5. Pushing his way to the end zone. Did he get there? He did.
2 running backs in the game, both Homer and Walker.
Geno Smith going to throw for it, and he's got it. This is Homer. Homer to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
Abdullah has been good out of the backfield in this game.
Carr throwing, end zone. Caught! Foster Moreau. Jacobs with running room right up the middle. Jacobs is on his way. The Raiders are going to win this game.
Fake. Mahomes a lot of time. Now over the middle. He's got his man. Kelsey at the 15. Gets a block inside the 5, and he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And this is where the creativity.
Just a straight handoff. Pacheco dances up the middle and in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Perkins going to throw. Blitz coming. Picked up Rose. End zone caught for the touchdown. Van Jefferson.
No timeouts. 19 seconds until halftime. First and goal. Garoppolo, late pressure, throws, deflected, and caught! Tyrann Mathieu with the deflection. Jawan Jennings with the touchdown.
Play the run from the quarterback position first against the Philadelphia Eagles.
From the 4, Gainwell slams it inside and in for an opening Eagles touchdown.
And the Philadelphia Eagles can run it really well with their quarterback.
Sanders to the end zone. Touchdown again. What a start for the Eagles. Good cut, Dillon up the middle. A.J. Dillon to the end zone. Touchdown. And the Packers respond right away. A.J. Dillon in the back, 1st and 10, Green Bay. And Rodgers looking up top, fires, touchdown, Randall Cobb. Quarter begins with 2nd and goal. And Sanders plowing his way forward and into the end zone for another touchdown. Get a first down at the 3. Rodgers climbs, escapes, fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Aaron Jones. He brought that up earlier in the year. He wanted more of that. 2nd and 10, Hurts. Going to try the other side this time. Coming back to get it for the touchdown. Wes Watkins. To Aaron Rodgers, looking at his rib area from what we hear on the sideline. 2nd and goal here. Hurts throwing, end zone, touchdown. A.J. Brown gets the feet down.
For Jordan Love.
37, here he is throwing in the middle. It's caught by Watson. He's got great speed. Turning the corner. Christian Watson down the sideline. And he will score. Whoa.